Our recording only recorded like 9 minutes.
So disappointing.
So disappointing. It was a good episode, you guys, and now only we get to experience
Yeah.
that. And
And honestly, I don't even remember most of it, so it's okay.
but I feel like it was good, so that sucks, but it's okay. We're ready for a great another week.
We are ready for a great week. So let's how has your weekend been? How's life?
It's been good. It's been busy. Jonathan, my brother, for those who don't know, he's been up here for since Friday night. He has a volleyball tournament this weekend, so he stayed at our house Friday night, and then he hung out with us, me and the babies in the morning when Brandon was working. We went swimming. It was really fun. And then I'm like trying to remember. Then the babies took a nap for a little bit, and then he had a volleyball game. And so we've just been doing lots of driving up to good old Sandy, Utah for his volleyball tournaments. And he's been playing. It's really been really fun to watch him play. And then today he had a few more games this afternoon. So we've just been watching lots of volleyball. Eliza is a big fan. She's so excited to pull up to the place. For some reason, we pulled up to the convention center that the volleyball tournament's at, and she was like, football, football. And I'm like, why do you think we're going to go watch football? It's volleyball. We're going to watch volleyball. But she loves it. She's a big cheerleader. So she's
Awesome.
cute.
So, look, I already know the answer to this, but tell me how her dance lessons are going that I got her for her birthday.
They're not going good. Well, she was sick for the first week, which was 2 weeks ago, and then this last week, I totally spaced it, so it's on the calendar. We're going on Thursday no matter what.
I can't wait. I'm sure she'll absolutely love it, and I can't wait to
Oh, yeah.
see her, like, whatever video footage you get of her dancing and just playing with her new
I'm
friends.
so excited. I'm actually really interested to see how it's going to be, because technically, it's a parent and toddler movement class,
Okay.
and so I don't know if I'm gonna have to, like, do stuff too or whatever, but I'm gonna have Joshua with me, so we'll see how it goes.
Well, it's funny. So, those of you who also, are listeners of this podcast might be fans of the Cats in the Cradle podcast that I do with the same brother of
Shout
yours,
out.
Jonathan. And last week in ours, we talked about so I was at a wedding and I said, all right, Jonathan, what do? You go to a wedding, there's a lot of dancing and you don't feel
Yes.
confident. What do you do? And his answer was awesome. It was, first of all, he sarcastically said, he goes, you get on the microphone and you announce to everybody that, hey, look, I feel insecure with my dance moves, so I'm just going to be sitting over there. But then his real answer was, he said, you just go because nobody cares. Like, nobody's looking at you. And I said, what if your dance really is that bad that they really are looking at you? And he said, you know what? Then you just sell and you go even harder.
Yep, yep. So true. I know my Liza, she's a big dancer, and Joshy's starting to, like, when we turn music on, he'll, like, groove a little bit, and it's so cute watching them just, like, love it. Like, every single time we turn on music, whenever they're fussing or crying, they immediately are like, "Okay, all is good. We can listen to some
We
music." And
got
it's
some
like,
music.
they're just totally fine. We have this, the super annoying toy that I have. They love it because there's a mode that you can turn on and it'll just play music over and over and over again. And they just sit there and they'll like dance together and hold hands. It's so cute. But the toy is very annoying. So
So you sent a song to the family chat earlier this week. Do you remember this?
no,
It was I
don't
don't even
remember
I
it at
think I
all.
think it was put your hands up in the air.
Oh,
It was
yep.
like put your
I
hands up
remember
in
that.
the air.
My
Put your hands up
motivational
in
song.
the air.
Yep. We listened to that during dinner.
And it's funny because was it yesterday? Me and Aubrey, or Friday night, Aubrey and I were going to Costco, and somehow, like, I was looking at it and I saw that. I go, let's listen to this song. And so we put it on. We were at a stoplight. I rolled all the windows down and cranked the radio up loud.
Blast
And
it.
Aubrey was
Yep.
like rolling her window up as fast as she could. She's like, this is so embarrassing. Like, I do not even want to be seen with you right
Yep.
now. And
We
I just kept it going.
we blasted that song. It was like so before we eat dinner, every single time the babies are like whining and crying because they're hungry. They're ready for food, whatever. And so Brennan will do this thing where he's like, okay, everybody put your hands up if you're hungry. And so everybody's like throwing their hands up in the air. And Joshy does it now too. He's like, he knows, okay, like, that's what you do with your hands. You put them up in the air. And so I was like, oh my gosh, this song. And so I played it. And then the whole entire time, everybody's like this, like, put your hands up in the air, raising the roof.
That is so funny.
So that's the inspo behind that song.
Okay, any joys of the week you have to share, Addison?
I I didn't write any down. Well, actually I wrote one down, but, lately, Eliza, every single time we grab her from her nap or, in the morning after a night's rest, we'll say, "Liza, did you have any good dreams?" And she goes, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Okay, what did you dream about?" And every single time, she always says she dreams about goldfish. She loves
Like
goldfish.
eating goldfish, not like the actual
Ye
goldfish?
yeah, just eat the food snack goldfish. Yeah, she likes her
That's
goldfish.
funny.
She's obsessed. But,
What
yeah,
was the
I don't
story? I think you were telling me this last week. She
mhm.
was at nursery for church, and, like, didn't
Oh,
she, like
yep.
like, she wanted to play, but she had to finish her goldfish or something?
Yeah, yeah, so she has, like, a little super small, like, paper cup filled with goldfish, and they had their snacks, and she wanted to go play with toys, but, her nursery leaders were like, "Okay, you have to finish your goldfish before you can play with your toys," and so Liza takes this little cup, dumps it down her throat, and she had to, like, spit it all out because it was way too much in her mouth, so she was really excited to go play toys, apparently. She's
There
so
was a
funny.
there was a little girl in church today, she's probably, like, 12 months or something, maybe a little older than that, and she had, like, a bag of Cheez-Its, and I'll tell you what, those Cheez-Its look so good today, and,
Yeah.
so when we got home, I was like, "I know we got some Cheez-Its in the pantry." So I went to the pantry and I had to search through it, and I found it, and I took a bite of them. They were disgusting. It literally tasted like cardboard. I don't know if it's, like, because it's old. I was, like, so disappointed because they
It's
were so nasty.
that does suck. I feel like there's times where I'll find a snack in our diaper bag, and who knows how long the snack's been in there for, but I'm like, "Oh," it's like the moment of desperation of like, "Okay, I'm starving. This is perfect. I can eat this little snack," and then you take a bite of it, and you're like most of the
Yeah.
time, it's, like, been sitting in there forever, so it's disgusting, and it's really disappointing.
Yeah, you're like, "Oh, this is expired."
Yep, exactly. But dang it.
'Kay, what do you wanna do? Let's wanna share one of the emails we got, one of the parent fills?
Yeah. Alrighty, I'm just gonna choose a random one because you sent me a lot today. Okay.
Now, these
Okay.
are not mine. These are not from our family. I need to be very clear.
Yes. Okay. So this one says, "We sent our daughter to show and tell with a fake gun. We quickly learned that apparently bringing any sort of imitation weapon to school is frowned upon." That's hilarious.
S did you do show and tell in elementary school?
I feel like I remember doing show and tell maybe in, like, 1st grade or something, but I don't really remember it too vividly.
I swear it was like a weekly every week, like every Friday was show and tell, and, like, basically every kid would bring in something at that point in time and be like, "Oh, yeah, here's my favorite teddy bear," or whatever, and,
Mhm.
um, so I about bringing guns to school, so when I was in the 6th grade, I b I brought a gun to school. Um, yeah. So, I had a BB gun, let me clarify, it was a BB gun. Um,
Yeah.
but it looked I mean, it looked like a 9 millimeter. There was no orange markings, like, if you and it was heavy, so, like,
Yeah.
if you saw that gun, you would straight up think, like, "That is a gun." And the reason I brought it because after school, I was going over to my friend's house, we're gonna spend the night, and he lived actually out where we live now, except for this was, like, well before there's any houses and stuff. And so we're
Mhm.
gonna go out in the desert and shoot bottles and shoot stuff with a BB gun. So I had like, how else am I gonna have this gun with me unless I bring it to school?
Duh. Yes.
And so, like, I'm on the bus and I got like my pajamas or whatever, toothbrush in there, and I got the gun in there. And at
Yep.
some point I realized like I got a gun with me. Like, that's probably not gonna be a good thing. So I just didn't say anything to anybody. But yeah, so I brought a gun to school too.
That's good for you, I guess. That this is super unrelated, but about bringing things to school that you don't really want to bring, but when I was growing up, I had my little silky blanket. It's like
Yes.
I don't even know how to describe it. It's like a piece of fabric that I loved. and,
Loved
um
or love?
no, loved. It's long gone now. But, um, so I would keep it on my shoulder all the time, and I remember I was in 3rd grade, and had probably just walked out the door, and it was still on my shoulder, and I didn't realize it, and I got to school, and I'm sitting down at my desk, and I'm, like, unpacking my bag, and I see, oh my gosh, my Silky is on my shoulders still. And I'm, like, freaking out because I'm embarrassed that I still have, like, this blanket that I love, even though probably, honestly, all of my 3rd grade friends
Yeah,
had
had
something like that
something.
too. But I'm like, "Oh my gosh," I'm, like, shoving it in my backpack. I'm like, "Nobody can ever know." Now all of our podcast listeners know.
The whole world knows, okay?
Yes. But I
Did you
was
seriously get
so
rid of that? I thought you
mortified.
still had that. I swear, like, when I helped you
No.
move a few years ago, it was still
Yeah,
there.
it was, and it's lost. Me and Brandon lost it. Well, Brandon lost it probably. He probably threw it in the trash or something. He's shaking his head. He doesn't know what happened to
Yeah,
it.
he doesn't know what happened to it.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
But I got didn't I get you a replacement? Like, I got you what was that thing I got you in Wyoming? It was like
Oh, my
the bunny
little
skin or something,
yeah,
the
it's
bunny
like
fur.
the rabbit fur. Yeah, I
Yeah.
have a rabbit pelt, hangs on my mirror. It's very soft.
It's incredibly soft. Like, we
It
went into the
yes.
store, like, we seriously, we were in Wyoming. We go into the store, and they have, like, all these fur coats and pelts and things like
Yes.
this, and I think we'd just gotten ice cream, and we walk into the store, and I looked at the price tag of, like, one thing, I said, "Everyone turn around, get out now."
Get
Like,
out. Yep. But you managed to pick up this rabbit pelt on your way out.
I wonder, did I get it there? I might have gotten it somewhere else.
I think you got it at a different store. It was like another little gift shop, but
Yeah.
yeah, that store was crazy. It's like $7,000 for some fur coat. You're like,
Yeah.
"Don't even touch it. Don't even look at it. We're too poor for this
Yeah.
this level."
What I think there was, like, a sign that said, like, "If you ruin it, you buy it," and that's where I'm like,
Yes.
"We have ice cream.
Yes.
Kids, go," because, like,
Get
just,
out. Yep.
like, young Jonathan and Ralph, like, no way, dude.
No, they're probably, like, trying to try on things, and we're like, "Nope, don't even breathe on it."
So, it's funny, so, we don't have this, like, in our notes to talk about, but, like, so family vacations are something that's always been important to me, and as we've gone through the years, like, we've always been able to manage a family vacation, whether that means that we're staying with family because we're too poor for a hotel or anything like that. But this trip, so this is in Wyoming. We went to Yellowstone, which was super fun.
It was so
Um,
fun.
we did the Grand Tetons, which we did them a complete disservice because we were there for like 4 hours, and
Yeah,
that place
I
is
wanna go
beautiful.
back and just do, like, a Grand Teton trip.
Seriously, I wholeheartedly agree with you on that.
Yeah.
But we did a river trip on that one, and I don't know
I
if you
forgot
recall.
about that, yeah.
So go ahead, tell us about the river trip.
Well, so we're just if how long was it's a day like, a
It's a
day
half day, yeah.
trip, yeah. So we're going down the river and, there's this one part where they're like, "Okay, most of the time, like, boats will capsize on this one drop or whatever," and we're like, "Okay, everybody hold on tight," and they have, like, a person taking pictures just at the spot because it's always, like,
It's
the
good
big
rapids.
tragic
Yeah.
where things happen, and we go down and the pictures are hilarious because you can see Aubrey start to, like, fall off, and I'm sitting I can't remember if I'm sitting next to her, I think I am sitting next to her, but I'm just, like, staring at her, like, watching her fall into the water, and then mom I can't somebody else it's probably mom is, like, watching from the back, and it's like, "Oh my gosh," and then all 3 of the boys are so delirious because 'cause they're all the way up in the front, like, having the time of their life going right into this big like, deep drop. Anywho, it was so funny, and the pictures are hilarious. Aubrey's legs are, like, up in the air, she's, like, falling into the water, I'm like, "Oh, Aubrey's
The
falling."
so you got Jonathan and Ralph, they're at the front of the boat, like, they're just hanging on for
Yeah,
dear life, and then I'm right behind them. I'm on the next front, and I'm paddling, so I have no idea what's going on
yeah.
behind me. The funniest part, like, to the pictures, like, one, you see the drama, the buildup, right, of Aubrey, like, if she, "Oh, I
She's,
lost
like,
my
kinda
balance. Oh,
falling, yeah,
oh,
mhm.
my leg's up." And, but your look David's and Renee's look on their face is all the best because you're all kind of like, well, there goes there goes
There
Aubrey.
goes Aubrey.
Like both you and Renee are kind of like, well, that's interesting. And David's like, oh.
I just I wonder I've never asked Aubrey this, but I'm like, I wonder what's going through her head at the moment of, like, is she terrified for her life or, like, what's going on?
And look, let's
But she's, like, falling off the water. It's totally Aubrey.
and it is totally Aubrey because this is the same person who, years later goes on a horseback ride and has this crazy horse, but she
She falls
falls
off
off
of the
the horse.
horse, like,
Like,
5 times.
yeah, and you're like, girl, like use your abs, contract, squeeze the horse a little bit with your legs. Like the horse isn't that crazy. It's just you're bad at riding horses.
So funny. Aubrey, we love you.
We love you, Aubrey. Hey, look, Aubrey, if you listen to this podcast before the end of June and you call me out on this, I will send you $100 to apologize.
Oh my gosh, what
But
can
there's
I
no
do
warning.
for
Like you
$100?
can't tell
Yeah.
her. You can't tell her if you say
Oh, I
anything
won't.
is
I won't.
disqualified.
She did talk to tell me that she listened to, I think, our first 2 episodes, so we'll see if she
Okay. All
listens to
right.
this one.
All
If
right.
she
Yeah.
loves us enough, we'll
If
see.
she's
We'll see.
I found that I have friends that love me on my other podcast more than my own family does sometimes.
Yep. I know. It's funny because, like, well, Ralph will sit in the room with you guys while you record, but
Yes.
he'll never listen to it. Aubrey will never listen. David never listened
Yeah.
before his mission. It's just funny.
And Renee, okay, she'll binge it and like catch up.
Yeah, yeah. So funny.
Okay.
We'll
So
see who's loyal to us now this way.
exactly. All right. So one of the things I don't know how this came up. I think we were eating green beans the other day, and it made me remember. So when I was a kid, it felt like a green bean, and I don't even know if that's even like a real vegetable, but that was like somehow the staple vegetable that we would have growing up.
Yeah.
And we also would eat a ton of cereal. Like we ate cereal, especially in the summer, like all the time. And a lot of the times after dinner, like we'd still kind of be hungry and not hungry for more dinner, but hungry for something sweet. And so we'd be like, Mom, can we have cereal? And she'd be like, no. And so I remember one time we were begging, like, please, can we have more cereal? And they're like, no. And so we're like, all right, if we drink all this juice from those green beans,
Ew.
can we have a bowl of
Like
cereal?
the canned green beans?
Yes, the canned green beans.
Oh,
And they're like, yeah, go ahead. And so, so we did it.
that's so gross.
Yeah,
That's
it was
so
disgusting.
gross.
It was disgusting.
I mean, did you get your cereal though?
Yeah, of course I got my cereal.
Okay,
So
well,
so
that's
I
good
I
at
would
least.
seriously, so like as a kid, I would eat so much cereal my mom would get furious because she'd like go to the store, she'd buy boxes of cereal, and like 2 days later they're gone. And so
Yeah.
she said, "Josh, you got to stop." And I was like, "Well, what if I buy the cereal?" And she's like, "Fine." I said, "Do I have to buy my own milk?" She goes, "No, I'll pay for the milk, but you have to buy your own cereal." So I would have to mow the lawn. I'd get an allowance. I'd get $5 a week. And so I would go down, I would ride my bike to the Smith's grocery store on Decatur and Smoke Ranch, not even there anymore. And I would buy cereal. And that's when I learned like the cells of cereal. And I would learn that sometimes the generic brand is just as good as the name brand. And man, I would eat a lot of cereal.
That's crazy. I my kids don't eat cereal, and I never buy cereal, but Brandon loves milk. Like, he's always like, "Oh, a glass of ice cold fresh milk, like, that sounds so good." We don't ever have any milk, but maybe one day. Maybe one
So,
day we'll
all right, I'm gonna ask you this question. Somebody asked me this question today. They said, "What is your favorite dessert? If you got like you're gonna die, you get
Ooh.
one more dessert. What's your dessert?"
Oh, that's a hard question. Well, lately, me and Brandon will buy like a one of those freezer pies from Smith's,
Okay.
and we'll get some ice cream, vanilla ice cream, and have like a we last I think yeah, it was last week because you came up last week. We had a peach pie um with vanilla ice cream, and it's so good. And so I think right now that might be one of my top pick. That or like a slice of cake. I love cake.
Yeah.
Cake is so good,
Did you
but I
did you
don't
have
know.
some of that pie that mom brought up? Did she bring up that pie?
It's sitting on our stove right now. We're gonna have some post record
All
sesh.
right. So I was honestly like to me, I was a little disappointed in that pie.
Dang it.
So
And we
I'm
don't even have ice cream, so we'll see how it
ugh.
goes.
Yeah, we had some we tried it Friday night, and I was like, honestly, like, it
Mid.
felt like, so I guess what I was hoping, because I bought it at that Red Barn fruit stand
Yeah.
near you, and, like, I for some reason, I thought, like, "Okay, this is gonna be, like, real fruit," and I think it is real fruit, but it's like, there's a lot of gelatin stuff in with it,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah,
was
so it's
like
not
like,
mid.
Aubrey will make this strawberry peach pie every now and then that
Oh,
is
so good.
amazing.
So good.
But the reason I asked you this question, I think my answer to what my favorite dessert is if you have a delicious, fresh baked chocolate chip cookie that, like, when you take a
Oh,
bite, like, the chocolate's still kinda hot on your tongue, and then you rinse it
yes.
down with a cold glass of milk, like, I don't know what's better than that.
Yes. That's so good. That and just pretty much for me, anything any treat where I can, like, warm it up, like, if I have a brownie and if even if it's not fresh out of the oven, but if I go and, like, reheat it and it's just that warm it's my favorite, I love it, even if it's, like, a piece of cake that you just, like, put in the microwave for a few seconds, and it's just, like, nice and warm and
Yeah.
now I want sweets.
Well, you got some post-recording peach pie coming your way, señorita.
It's coming up.
It's coming your way. All right, so, one of the things I put on the notes here is so I'm a mean dad, and I have given Ralph a reading list, for the summer, and so he
It's
is
actually a really good idea.
yeah, and look, like, I remember my mom, like, trying to get us to read during the summer, and, I remember trying to read James and the Giant Peach because I was like, "This looks, like,
Uh-huh.
cool because there's a giant peach," and, like, I think I got into, like, page 12 and I just would fall asleep.
Yeah.
Like, I never have read that book, but so, Ralph would complain, like, "Oh, there's no good books." I'm like, "Okay, here's a good book, like, read this," and so the book he's reading right now is To Kill a Mockingbird, and he's like 35 pages into it. And so just earlier today, he's like, "This book is so dumb. Like, nothing's happening. Like, is that all this book's about? Like, nothing?" And I'm like, "Yeah, basically, this book's about nothing. Like, it's a very boring, dull book." And he's like, "Dad, like, they haven't even talked once about killing a bird. Like, when are they going to get to the bird part?" He's like, he said, "I've learned more about killing birds from Hunger Games than I did from To Kill a Mockingbird."
He's so funny. That he cracks me up, but yeah, it's like when I we were getting ready to set this, set the start the podcast, and I read that note. It just cracks me up. He's so funny. That's hilarious.
But
Oh,
here's
sorry,
what's
Ralph.
funny, like, this is what's funny is so, like, there's a level of bribery that you have to employ to get these kind of things to happen,
Yeah.
and so I said, "Hey, look, alright, you do this, then we can go to this." It's a smash burger place, I think it's called Sorry no, that's ice cream place. There's a I wanna say Sorry Not Sorry, but that's not it.
No, yeah, I
But
know
it's
what
owned
you're
by the
talking
people that I
about, but
think
I
that own that,
remember.
and anyway,
Yeah.
it's With Love Always, that's what it's called, and
Yeah.
so, like, look, the me buying him a burger and he'll probably get some ice cream there is gonna cost me, like, 15 bucks, like, bro, it's gonna take you I mean, I don't know how many hours, he's a fast reader, but, like, I don't know, if I'm him, I'm doing the math, I'm like, "Nah, bro, this reward isn't worth the squeeze, I'm good."
Yeah, literally. I should reread To Kill a Mockingbird because I read it, I don't know, probably in, like, 6th or 7th grade. I do not really remember a single thing about it. I should go back. Maybe I'll read it with Ralph. I'll meet you guys at, to With Love Always.
Yeah, do it. I mean, sure, hey, you're gonna be in town next weekend, so make it happen, girl.
I'll be there. I'll finish it tomorrow.
So, those that are curious, the other books that are on his summer reading, the other one is
Oh,
of Mice and Men,
another one I have
um,
not read.
and Lord of the Flies.
That's a good one.
So, yeah,
He'll like Lord of the
he
Flies.
should like Lord of the Flies. So, I think him and I, we were, a couple weekends ago, he had a basketball tournament, and we had, like 2 or 3 hours in between games, and so we go to the Tesla, and we just pull up Netflix, and, there's a series, Lord of the Flies.
Yeah.
And so we watched the first episode of it, and, there's I don't remember this in the book, but, like, so everyone's kinda disheveled, and they're kinda coming together, and, like, all these kids are finding each other and realizing, "Okay, we're wrecked on an island." And there's a group of boys, there's about 8 of them, and they have these, like, cloaks on, and they're singing, and,
What?
like, this guy's, like, the leader of any like, does, like, the "Stop," you know? and and then like they're like trying to decipher like, okay, who's going to be the leader? And this guy goes, well, I can sing a high C sharp with perfect pitch. And you're like, hey, listen, buddy, I hate to
Okay,
break it to you,
buddy.
but that doesn't make you cool
Nobody
at all.
cares. Could you imagine? You're, like, at work, and you're like, "Alright, who should be the leader of this project?" And like, "Well, I got this really amazing singing ability, so
Yeah.
I'll take charge here."
Like, okay, bucko, turns out you're not that smart either, but
Yeah.
you can sing a high C sharp with perfect pitch.
Oh. Ooh.
Yeah.
That's
All right.
so
So
funny. I
go ahead.
Oh, I what t remind tell me what Of Mice and Men is about, 'cause it's another one I have not read, and I should probably also read that one.
So to full disclosure, sometimes I have books that I intend to read because I've seen the movie and I want to read the book.
So you
So,
also haven't read the book?
so good thing Ralph doesn't listen to this podcast either.
Hey, Ralph, if you do listen to this podcast, you might get an out on this book.
No, no. If you listen to the podcast and you read the book, then I'll throw you $25 on top of our
Okay,
reward. So there you go.
okay.
Um, this podcast might get expensive for me.
Yeah.
But so basically there's a guy who's like special needs and he has like a brother caretaker or whatever and kind of as they're going through life. That's the
Okay.
gist of what I
I'll have
remember.
to
The
I'll
you
have to
listeners can
take
say
a
like,
look
"Oh my
at it.
gosh, Josh is so stupid. He doesn't even know what it's about and you're way off." You can go ahead and email us and correct us. Tell us how off I was.
Yeah, leave us a review while you're
Yeah.
at it.
Actually, you got a texted
I
review this past
did.
week,
I did.
which is pretty awesome.
It was so nice. I was like, if I had it's on my phone, but if I had it up, I would read it, but it was very nice. Shout out to Amelia.
Yeah, seriously, Amelia, thanks for your very kind words.
It was very kind.
All right, so one of the things we were talking about last week that didn't make the cut because who knows
None
what
of it
happened.
made the cut. Yeah.
I know. Hurts our heart.
Jonathan called
Uh,
us.
yeah,
That's probably what happened.
still doesn't make sense. Anyway,
I know.
so we were talking about books and reading. I don't even remember how we got started on that.
I don't either.
But anyway, I guess I'll just kind of talk about it. So, I don't read, like I just clearly said, I don't read a lot of books, but I do listen to a lot of books. And
Yeah.
for the most part, I listen to nonfiction, like historical biographies or like business books or like sociology type books. And we were talking about the book that I think we both dearly love, which is The Anxious Generation.
Yeah, I forgot that we were talking about that because. You know, there's a lot of stuff that we talked about that got lost, but I love that book. I remember you said that if everybody should listen to that book, that's like, I don't know, I feel like that's a number 1. If you're a parent, you should just give it a listen. There's a lot of good, interesting facts to help raise your children technologically conscious.
Yeah, I mean, look, one of the things I get it. I've been at restaurants, I've been on airplanes, and there's the kid that you're like, dude, shut your kid up, get your kid under control. And so the way that they do that,
Give them an iPad,
they
yeah.
get them a device. And so like Renee and I were in Dallas last week. This might have been why we were talking about it, is we're at a restaurant and there's a lady, she's in scrubs. So she looks like she's a nurse, probably just got off shift, whatever, had a husband, and then they had 4 kids. And the kids were probably 10 and under, if not younger than 10. And you could tell, like, just the body language, like, it was obvious the mom was tired, which I
Mhm.
get it, like, it's exhausting, but, like, they kept giving this 2-year-old, or maybe even younger than 2, the phone, like, the phone was the babysitter, and anytime I see that, like, it hurts my heart, like, they've done studies where they can see gray matter in children's brains developing, which is, like, how, amnesia and dementia and Alzheimer's, like, how that kinda develops, and so they can see it developing in children's brains, and it's completely attributed to the doom scrolling that they do when they're on an iPad, a phone, or whatever. And so, look, I remember going to restaurants rarely with you kids, and we found a way to deal with it. Like, be bored. But I'd also say like
Yeah.
that's on the parents too. Like, keep your phone in your pocket and be with your family.
Yeah. I remember seeing a reel on Instagram, I don't know, probably a few months ago or whatever, but it's talking about how Um, it's I don't know, like, as a parent, you when you have your kids and they're, like, misbehaving or whatever, it's super easy to be like, "Okay, here's this iPad to just you can go be calm, go do this, and leave me, and I can enjoy my meal," or whatever, but, it's also then now I feel like because people are getting more used to seeing kids with iPads and whatever, if your kid doesn't have an iPad, I've seen videos on Instagram of people getting mad at parents because their kids are, like, misbehaving, and so they're, like, at a restaurant, and their kid is starting to throw a tantrum, and then somebody goes over to the mom's like, what are you doing? Make your kid be quiet." And the mom's like, I'm teaching my kid how to live their life, like, this is what we," so it's like it's hard because we like, I don't know, toddlers and, younger kids, they're all still trying to learn how to live life, and that's this is like, when you take them to restaurants, when you take them on airplanes, like, that's a big opportunity for them to learn how to live in the public space, and when you take I don't know, take that away by giving them an iPad, then they don't know how to interact with the environment around them. That's how I see it at least, but
And I agree with you, and I think what we as other adults around children need to do is embrace the fact that, hey, here's a mom who's struggling and give them grace and assistance rather than this like, ugh, this lady needs to give their kids,
yeah.
a phone and get them under control or whatever. Like instead it's like, hey, is there anything I can do to help you? I mean, a little bit of kindness and grace go a long way.
There's so many times, even just in general, where I'm like, I just wish, even if it's some random stranger would come up and be like, "Hey, can I help you with your kids or something?" Like, I'm like lugging groceries and my baby's up the stairs, and I'm like, man, it would be nice if somebody would just be like, "Hey, you need an extra hand?" I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'd love an extra hand. But yeah, it's rough out there sometimes.
A girl can dream. Agree.
Indeed.
Yeah, one of the things that book, Anxious Generation, talks about is like really giving kids independence at an appropriate time and like letting your kid go to the mailbox by themselves or walk to school by themselves and things like that. And I saw this thing, they said that like if, in order for your kid to be kidnapped, because kidnappings do happen, right? And I think that's the people's fears like, oh my gosh, I want my kid to get to kidnapped. But I think a kid would have to be outside for like, I think it was like 700,000 hours to have a chance of being kidnapped.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so
I never realized that. Yeah,
it's
I
like
don't even remember that
statistically
from the book.
impossible for you to get kidnapped.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, again, I know it happens, but it's like I think because of news and whatever, like Elizabeth
It
Smart or
seems more
whatever.
relevant, yeah,
Yeah,
more like, more prevalent or whatever the word
yeah,
is.
prevalent would be the word.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. Well, you guys should give it a listen, and we should probably wrap it up because we've been on this for, like,
Yeah,
30
plenty.
minutes
Your
now.
pie's waiting your mouth.
My pie is awaiting me.
Well, hey, if you have other parent fails that you'd love to share with us, we'd love to hear about it.
Yes.
You can send them to us at
Learning from our mistakes pod@gmail.com. You could also send them to us on our Instagram or TikTok through a message. So just send them. We really want to hear them. You can even send voice messages too. So just send them our way.
thanks for listening.
See you.